And there's I see what you doing. That podcast, that's gonna be big. That's it. I seen it last night. Don't you let nobody discourage. I'll back you. I'll back you.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Faith and Fun Podcast. Of course, I'm your host with the most, Mandarius, and today we're in another location. Don't worry about where, just know we're here for another conversation. Today I'm with Toya, the Increase Queen. All things increase, financial, spiritual, mental. We're going up.
We
Toya,
are.
how are you feeling?
I feel great, Mandarius. I feel phenomenal.
And you said my name right.
Did I?
You did.
Oh, okay, listen. And I didn't even practice, but
Look at
that's
there.
important.
Yeah.
You answer to your name and who you're
Ooh,
called. So
not
that's,
answer to your name.
yes, that's it. That is it. Fix it and correct them every time.
Yes. So the Increase Queen, we'll get to her. But who was Toya?
Who is Toya? I'm just a regular person, y'all. Just really, truly out here seeking to be the best version of myself. Kingston and I, every time we leave each other, every time we get ready to go to school, I say, but be the best version of yourself. And he tells me the same thing. So I'm just a regular person that's just trying to be the best version of myself.
Yeah, I
Truly.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that. When you think back to your childhood, what was the first message you say money taught you? Would you say peace, pressure, fear, lack, survival, all of the above?
I would probably say a little bit of all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, I grew up in a single parent household. So um, we had everything that we needed, and we had a lot of what we wanted.
Yeah.
Um, but I grew up. I knew when I grew up, I didn't want to live in fear. I didn't want to live in a place where I didn't know where the next meal would come from. Like it wasn't that I had to live that way, but I just knew that growing up and when I became an adult, I wanted to be able to do what I wanted to do, go where I wanted to go without any fear.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, yeah, I would say all of the above.
Yeah. Did you grow up in a house where money felt stable, tight, unpredictable, or never talked about?
We never wanted for anything. Everything was always taken care of. I never really saw my mom struggle. She never really talked about it. I knew my granddaddy was a saving grace.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really, I don't know. It was just crazy. Like, I guess all of the above.
Yeah. You knew it was coming from somewhere. You just didn't know where it was coming from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I saw my mama go to work. Like she was a worker bee. So that was never an issue. But it was now as a mom, I'm like, wow, the rent, the mortgage, the car payment, the car insurance, the life insurance, all the things that we have to take care of as a parent. I never saw or worried about those things. I just never had to, and I'm grateful and gracious that I never had to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How did that shape who you became today as a woman and as a parent?
I love to work.
Yeah.
I love to work. I grew up watching my mom go to work. I grew up watching my grandfather going to work. They were hard workers. And I love to go to work. Like I love what I do, so it makes life easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super grateful for that. But
Yeah, I like that. What do you think growing up without enough to do, um, what do you think it does to someone emotionally, mentally, spiritually? Um, Growing up and having these dreams, but not having, I guess, say enough money to do them. Yeah.
Yeah. You become what you need.
Mm.
You become what you need.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, my granddaddy passed when I was 17. I was a senior in high school. And I knew he was always the saving grace.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we know there's a God, all the things, but my granddaddy was the person who everybody, not just my family, but like the neighborhood could go to.
Mm-hmm.
And he made things happen. And I remember when he passed when I was 17, I remember thinking, who was gonna have my mama's back? Like who, So at that moment I knew I had to make some decisions for myself because I'm like, who will I have,
Right,
right?
right.
And so I became what I needed, and it step by step, you fall but you get up.
Yeah.
But that was truly my saving grace, just knowing I needed to become what I needed.
Wow.
Hmm.
Without a manual.
Yeah. Oh,
Without anyone telling you, you just knew that you needed this.
you just know God gives you what you need when you're born.
Mm.
And sometimes we have to just activate our faith and trust God for who He is and who He said He'll be. Um, and even at 17, a senior in high school, like not needing to worry about those things, but I knew I'm the oldest, so I had my two younger brothers, and so we are close knit. But I knew we were not gonna go without. I knew we were not gonna go without. Like I remember when I purchased my first car, I was in college. I was heading to my sophomore year in college, and I left my car at home so my mom wouldn't have to walk to work. Like
Wow.
that, it was important to me, and I didn't care about the car. It was important for my mom to be able to get back and forth to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew when I was at school, I would have transportation. I had friends who had cars, so I was going to get what I needed. But
Mm-hmm.
you make those sacrifices. And even as a 17, 18, 19-year-old, I made those sacrifices
Mm-hmm.
because I knew I wanted more out of life. And I knew if my mom, she didn't need to walk to work. So, hey, we do what we got to do.
Yeah.
And that's what
So
we
in a
did.
sense, you kind of grew up early.
Yeah.
Life caused you to grow up early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think people carry so much shame around money, being broke, being behind, needing help, or not knowing just how to manage it?
Society
Yeah.
is not talked about.
Yes.
We shove it under the rug. Like if you can't pay something, or if you can't pay a person, we we feel shame around that versus
Mm-hmm.
having the same energy that you needed or that you had when you needed the funds.
Mm-hmm.
When it's time to pay somebody back or when something is due, we get in our feelings. We're
Yeah.
so ashamed, and it's because of we put that stigma around ourselves. I'm like, it's okay to need help.
Yeah.
We all need
Yeah.
help,
Yeah.
but it's just truly just the way the culture. I know
Yeah.
it's sad.
Yeah.
It's generational curses, and I knew that
Yes.
they were gonna stop with me. I knew that
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna be a part of that. I don't care how I grew up. I don't care what I saw growing up. I knew I wasn't. The generational curse stopped with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make sure that I started a new tradition. Like I got a child, so it's important for me to be able to teach him, and not just him, but my little people, my
Yeah.
nieces, my nephews,
Yeah.
my guide girls. Just it's super important to be able to not just take the knowledge that I have and keep it.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Yeah.
Nothing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So share it. But yeah.
Yeah. So kind of in a sense, you growing up the way you grew up kind of helped you be able to help these people because like I always say, what better advice is from someone who's been through it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And sometimes we got to be okay with teaching people that were supposed to teach us, like my mom or
Mm.
teaching my aunts or my uncles. It's okay. Like,
Yeah.
or teaching the older generation. And I'm so gracious that they don't count it robbery to learn from me.
Mm-hmm.
Older people. I have people reach out all the time, older than me, like, hey, help me, help me, help me,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am really struggling. And I don't kind of, I'm so grateful that God puts me in these positions
Yes.
to be able to help those.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
And not only being able to help, but being a black woman being able to help.
Listen, I love being a
Yeah.
black woman. That's one of my
Yes.
biggest flexes. I love being a black woman and
Mm-hmm.
black excellence and
Yeah.
a black woman who knows how to handle her money. That's
Yes.
it's far fetched,
Mm-hmm.
really. So I'm super grateful.
Yeah. And you're changing the narrative
Yeah.
on, I call it the 3Bs, the bitter black woman.
Oh,
Or the
yeah.
BBW, yeah. Not the
Okay.
3Bs. Yeah.
BBW.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we are. That's what people think we are.
Yes. Yes.
Like we don't have feelings. We got feelings too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that. So becoming this increased queen, were you judged or did people say things or?
Because I call myself the increase queen.
Yeah, or just having all of these, because now I could be wrong. I could have sworn I seen you on a billboard or something
Listen,
somewhere
yeah,
now.
they did. They
Yeah,
had me on the
so
billboard.
I'm sure all of that came with a lot of praises, but
Listen, what's for you is for you.
yes.
Truly. And I learned some years ago that you celebrate the wins with the people that are there, and that the people that are naysayers or negative, you just leave them where they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to add gasoline to a lit fire. Like
Yes.
whatever. I'm the fire, baby. Light and darkness can't occupy the same space. And if I'm going to be the light, the fire, the darkness, it just can't occupy the same space. And I choose to operate in light, and that what makes me different. And I ain't worried, but yeah, it comes with the you know the people that hate. You be like, I ain't know nobody didn't like me. I think I'm so positive, so this and that. People, hey, the people
The
be
people be
people.
people.
The
Yeah,
people be
yeah.
people,
And it's
listen. Yeah,
and it's no reason because
God,
we can all eat together.
we are all great in our own way. God, like I said, He had given us what we needed when we were born. So I'm just grateful to be in this space, and I would love to collaborate with other people, but you know, the people be people in, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, who's for you?
Yes.
They'll find.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
your gift always make room for you.
always.
Yeah, we be trying to
Always.
make the room, but
Yes.
let the gift do it.
Let the gift do it.
Can
Oh, I
money
love that.
become a trauma trigger?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bills, debt, checking your bank account. I know that's me right there. I go refresh it every make sure nothing came out. Asking for help or feeling like you're always one emergency away from losing everything. How can we get away from that trauma? Or what do you think even got us to that trauma?
Society.
Yeah.
The way we were raised. But I say all the time, proper preparation prevents poor presentation.
That's what 6 P's right
okay,
there.
5 P's. Okay, 5. Proper preparation prevents poor presentation.
Yeah, that's gonna have to go on the screen. Yeah.
And you know, just like everything else, you have to prepare for the what ifs. And so often we don't. When we have a little bit of money in our account, let's go out to eat.
Let's go to Longhorn.
Let's go to Longhorn.
I want the longest horn in there.
Okay, don't even want the 4 for 4 or the big. I learned Saturday about the biggie bag.
Yeah.
At McDonald's. Okay, to find
out. Now that biggie bag come in handy.
Okay,
add a piece of bacon on there for $1.
I didn't even know nothing about the biggie bag. But what we want to buy, we want to go to Longhorn. But that biggie bag, that mad chicken was so fresh. Right. Oh my gracious. Okay, I don't even eat the nuggets. I don't even need the nuggets, but I was able to share.
Yeah.
I was able to take from that biggie bag and share the nuggets and feed somebody else.
Yeah.
But we always want as a community, we want the Longhorn, or we feel like we got to be the first class XYZ. We don't have to always be like that. You know, just because we got to be able to save a little bit for a rainy day because we know they come.
Oh, yes.
They come.
Oh, this conversation is directly to me.
Listen.
Because it always rains. I'll be like, it's sunny right now. Though. I could just go splurge today.
Right.
Then I wake up tomorrow, it be raining.
Be pouring down. And then like, oh my gracious. Like what? Okay, and then you're looking for God to be able to
praying the heavens down.
Okay,
just, yeah. And you know, I've learned kind of, and I could be wrong, but it's mainly our society. Because I've learned, like, just seeing on Instagram, we got to wear our money.
Why? Listen, why? The latest shoes, I can go to Walmart and purchase the Avias, and they comfortable? Oh my gosh, they are so comfortable. Them $25 shoes, they are so comfortable. They got all colors, but no, we got to go get the New Balance. I'm not saying anything wrong with those. The New Balance. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we got to be able to properly prepare for the things that we want and for the things that are unseen. And we don't do that as a society. We have a mindset that, okay, I got to see it. Oh, yeah. Let tomorrow work for itself. And tomorrow will work for itself. But we got to also be mindful and understand that things happen all the time. Sure.
And I'll say this. I wish in school they would have had classes on saving. I could have been a lot further. I mean, we ain't had a debt class. We ain't had
talk about it.
I mean, but we having all these extra. Somebody teach me how to save.
Okay. Why that couldn't have been in a part of High School 101?
Thank you.
An elective. Like, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with calculus, but when the last time you used calculus?
When last time I wrote in cursive?
Okay. Oh, let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
And you can't blame your family because most of them didn't know.
So you don't know, and that's why I say I became what I needed.
Ooh.
You become what you need, and we can't keep using the excuse of my family that my mama didn't know, my dad didn't know. Okay, time out for that. It's truly time out for who didn't know what, because now we have to create. We got the resources. We got to be able to create the task, right, and do it. And that's what we choose to not do. We want to make excuses for what we didn't do. But yeah, I absolutely wish they, not even just in high school, but maybe elementary school, teach them how to save. I mean, piggy banks go way back, but saving money, making sure rainy day fund, you got your piggy bank, your piggy bank. One of the things I do remember growing up, my mom, she was a waitress for a lot of my life, a great waitress too. And so she would keep her change, and she would always keep it in a jar. And for Christmas, she would give it to me and my brothers, and she would allow us to have those funds to be able to buy purchases for our friends and stuff. And I would see her save those coins, you know. So I don't know, maybe that triggered something in me, you know, with saving, because I did see her do that.
Right.
But when it came to other stuff, I just really never seen it. But you just become what you need.
Yeah. I saw on TikTok, it's this black family. They charge their kids rent.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like $1 rent. And he goes around to each room every beginning of the month, and they pay their rent, their light bill. They put some money in their savings. And I'm like, yeah. They're gonna be all right when
they're gonna be okay.
They're gonna be all right.
I'm telling you, nobody teaches that. Like
nobody.
Nobody. Yeah. Well,
nobody.
I wish they did. Yeah, I really wish they did. And it's even now, like now that we know better, why are we still not teaching that? That's why I use every opportunity that I can. Plug. If you need me, I'll come speak to your church. I'll come speak to your kids, your daycare. I've done all the things. I mean, even from down to playing Monopoly.
Wow.
That teaches you how to invest in properties, how to save. When you pass go, you collect your $200. You save. Do you want to buy this property? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to buy a hotel? Though you don't even realize how you can utilize a game like Monopoly to teach your children about saving and investing and all the things that come to money. You gotta use what you got.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's probably why I never got along with that game. Yeah. It was too hard. I said, why is we doing all of this? I just want to get to the end.
It's a long time. Yeah. I you know, you got the people that want to have all the money that don't want to buy no property, but then, you know, all the things.
And I ended up broke. I said, God.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Now you got to pay the people.
I had to pay the people. No, I just got out the game. I said, y'all can play my time. Just all you want to do is come on.
See, and I one of the ones. Okay, give me his money then. Give me his property. Okay, split. I don't want to split. Just give it to me. Yes. Okay.
In one of the episodes before this, Kenya, she's 28.
Yeah.
She talked about real estate.
Yeah.
And purchasing properties and living in them for a year and selling them. I said, can you teach us the game?
Okay.
Because I said, yeah, you doing it.
Yeah, she is truly she's an inspiration. Yeah, to be so young, to be right here from Lancaster.
Yeah.
To be dual citizenship. You know, that's just it's amazing. Yeah.
And I love how she saved.
Yeah.
Literally, she was talking about how she didn't go to prom.
Yeah.
Did hair in her grandma's living room, saved her money, moved to Columbia, and then saved that money and then moved to Atlanta. Yeah. I said, God, then that'd have been me trying to splurge.
Listen, mindset, because I watched that episode, but I've also heard her speak previously. You gotta want more.
Yeah.
Do you want Longhorn a day, or do you want to be able to eat Longhorn for a month?
Come on now.
Save a little bit today, right?
Yeah.
What sacrifices are you willing to make? It's all about the sacrifices. Oftentimes we don't think about those.
Yeah, because you're gonna be hungry later on.
Oh my gosh.
That Longhorn go well
quickly. By the time you get from Rock Hill, you hungry. You come in the house and you look in the refrigerator for something. I just need something to snack on.
Just something.
I just want something. My thing, I love to hear a crunch. I just need something to crunch.
No.
A chip or something. I need a little something. See what I'm saying? And then so yeah.
Yeah. How did you know you were no longer just trying to survive financially, but actually starting to believe you deserved abundance?
I would say when I graduated college. When I graduated college, I knew right then that I didn't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I knew I wanted to own own a property. I knew I didn't want to rent. And I set myself up to do those things. Small sacrifices, small savings. Yeah.
What saving advice would you give to somebody who don't know how to save?
Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. There's no reason for you to get out here and work as hard as we do. We work hard. We're some hard workers.
I mean, we're some hard workers.
And we don't pay ourselves.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean paying ourselves with clothes or food. It's okay. 10% of my money is truly going to be paying myself for me to be able to do whatever it is that I want to do in the long run. And it doesn't have to be right now. And what we do is we want to splurge immediately. No, I pay myself first every time.
Yeah.
When my direct deposit hit, the money that's paying myself immediately goes into a separate account. And those are the funds that I use to be able to save, just to kind of do, and I can kind of maneuver from that account. But I'm paying myself first. Before I'm paying my mortgage, because I gotta make sure I'm good, right? And God gonna make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure I'm setting myself up, and I'm not just out here working for nothing.
Yes.
And my thing is, I love to take trips, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be able to do what I want to do, go on any trip that I want to go on when I want to go on. If somebody say, "Hey, let's go here, let's go there," I ain't gotta be like, wait, the next Friday. I'm ready because I paid myself because this is something that I like to do, right? And so that's the biggest thing. We gotta pay ourselves.
Wow.
We don't. We live paycheck to paycheck. We angry, we mad, headaches, and all the things because we broke.
Yes.
Nobody wants to be broke and mad.
Yes.
So yeah.
And especially entrepreneurs. Like, and I was having this conversation with my barber. He makes really well. And we were talking, and I was like, we make good money. So where is it at? And he was like, Medarius, you got to count up what it costs to run your business. And then I started counting. I said, oh, that's where it went.
Yeah. So it's funny because I'm dipping into that now, like my own with phenomenal. So I'm learning. It costs money to make money, and I'm about to celebrate my baby's second birthday, and I can't really tell you that I've made any money, but I do know that it's coming, and so I'm.
Oh, this about to, I'm about to run.
Listen, so you have to plant the seeds, right? And even if nobody supports you, you support your dream, and that's what I had to realize. Like God gave me the dream. He planted the seed in me. And I'm believing in what God said for my life and my business. And even if it doesn't make a dime today, God's promise for my business and my life, I know what he told me. And so I'm going to just continue to do. And it might not be a podcast every month or every week. It might not be a full production, but it could be what we are sitting right here doing what it is that you love to do because God told you to do it.
Yes.
That's what it's about. It's truly about making the sacrifices and then understanding the business piece of it, right? Like God didn't have us to do what he didn't give us the vision for us to be broke. Now I know he didn't do that. Like, Lord, I know you didn't do that. So I'm gonna need you to help me understand what are we doing. And if it takes me sacrificing a little bit of my time and a little bit of my money to get to where it needs to be because I know there's an increase.
Yeah.
What help me?
Yeah.
And I think, writing it down, that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of times we don't write stuff down. We don't know until it's tax season and it's like you're trying to pull this, your account needing this and all the things going down. I think it's truly understanding where you are at all times. Like you said, you're looking at your bank account. You need to know, and you knowing what's coming in, what's going out, what needs to be paid, what doesn't, and then you seeing your money come in and out until you get to a place where you can know, okay, well, now I'm starting to reap the benefits.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because it's almost like God gives us a glimpse of what it's gonna be, but it's that middle part He don't show me, and I just be like, Lord. I mean, because I know what you showed me, but this ain't looking like what you said.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, not only this podcast, but, being an Uber driver and wanting to start my own transportation company, like, I know what you showed me.
Yeah.
And I know you keep giving me signs. I'm like, but this ain't looking.
What are we doing?
Yeah. And for so long, after having a conversation with my barber, it encouraged me a little because I make great money, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's there. It's just going towards the plan.
The building.
And I said, okay.
Yeah.
I picked up this Uber passenger the other day. I was telling my friends about it. And it's almost like it was two people and they were having a conversation. And it's almost like God was answering me through them.
Wow.
I mean, because the guy was talking to this other guy. He was saying, you're just in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little rough now. He said, but I promise you, if you keep going, it's going to work out for you. And I was in the front seat.
It always does.
Woo, I was about to tear up. And he just kept going. He was like, I'm going to tell you something. You got to practice before you profit.
Every time.
I said, oh, man. Practice before you profit. So then, was there a moment in your life where you said, I can't keep living like this financially? What happened and what changed in you?
When I was 17, when my granddaddy passed, it wasn't that I had to keep living. I just knew that it was going to be a shift in the way we lived as a family. And I knew then it was going to have to be some changes in my ask because I was still a kid. I was 17. So I knew I was going to have to change in what I asked my mom for because she made sure we had, like I said, everything we needed. But I was like, if I ask her for something that I don't need as a want, she has nobody to go to ask the help if she needs to. So I was able to change my thought process and my ask and my want.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was 17 as a
Wow.
kid. Yeah.
Not even 21 yet.
No, not even 21. 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Taking that role, I keep going back to when you said when you went to college, you left your car. And to be so young, people, they probably say, I'm taking my car with me.
Okay.
But it's, I don't know. It's like you've just always been so mature.
You become what you need.
Yeah.
And I was always the big sister. So my brothers needed me, right? Like, even now, like in my family, I'm probably one of the ones that they look up to, you know. Even my older cousins, they probably look up to me. I don't know. God, I don't know. I don't know how God made me
You
this
become
way.
what you need.
Yeah, you
Well,
become what you
that's
need.
gonna ring. I'm gonna be
Listen.
driving home.
Oh, listen,
You become what you need.
you become what you need. And God gives you what it is that you need, you know, to become who it is that He needs you to be. But yeah, He's always provided. And I knew He had a hand on my life just early on. I knew He was gonna always provide. And like you said, that middle part, you don't know what's gonna happen. And when I was 17, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I mean, I didn't know. I worked at a dentist office early on in my life. I got a job through the high school, and fortunately, I was able to work there up until I graduated. I even worked there after I graduated college. They allowed me to come back and forth during the Christmas break, summer breaks, and work any break I had. Spring break, Christmas break, summer break. And that's what I would do. I would work summer enough to pay up until December. I worked 4 weeks in December enough to pay me up until spring break. And I just had that regimen because I knew my mom, we didn't have a car. My mom couldn't afford a car. Like, that was not her thing, you know? So if I wanted a car, I had to pay for it. That wasn't a bill that she took care of. That was my car. It was my responsibility. So I worked and I paid for it because I knew I signed up for this. So
wow, you become what you need.
you become what you need. You become
Ooh,
what you need.
and that just goes on the outside of just money in general.
Yeah.
If you need peace, you become peace. Oh.
If you need love, you become love.
Because you are what you attract.
You are what you become what you need. And listen.
But it's some trauma behind that too, though.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a whole nother.
Yeah. We'll
you
be here another podcast.
What
Listen.
you need. Yeah.
Yeah, you truly do.
What did God have to heal in your relationship with money before He could trust you with increase?
He had to heal. We don't like to say no. We don't like to say no. And I don't know if that's a thing that we grow up with. You just say yes. And so for me, God had to show me that it was okay to say no. Like He had to, I don't want to say heal, but He had to show me that it's okay. They still gonna love you if you say no. I feared that a lot. Like, would they be mad at me if I tell them no? I got the money to give, but if I tell them no, would they be mad at me? They know
what
I
they gonna
got
say
it.
about
Yeah, what are they gonna be talking about me? And not just thinking about it today, but thinking about it tomorrow. I probably should have gave them the money, you know. But He had to show me that saying no, it was okay. They always find a way, and that allowed them to find a way.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
It took a long time to get there, but it feels okay. It feels good. Like it's okay being on the other side of no. Because oftentimes I want to be a yes person. I want to be the positive. I want to be the go-to person.
Yeah.
But what on account of what? Right? My peace, my headache, my bank account, all the things that we don't think about when we say yes, what we sign up for. So He had to heal me saying no and me being okay with saying no.
Yeah. Yeah, because you being the supplier, the confidant, it kind of probably bothers you because it's like, am I failing them?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And guess what? I wouldn't allow them to see God because I was their God in their life.
Yeah.
I would not allow them to see God because they would come to me for all the things that God said seek me for.
Yeah.
So the money, the peace, the love, all the things, people would come and then I would just give. And it's just, you become defeated and depleted and then you still broke. I mean, they broke. It's just a never ending cycle, and it's like, what are they learning, right? Are they making a sacrifice? They're not, because if they did, they wouldn't be continuously asking. And that's what it is. It's a continuous pattern that people develop with needing money and needing, peace and all the things, because they won't see God for who he is, and they want to see people and me and all the things.
Yeah. So, in a sense, it's a crutch.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you'll never go out and get it on your own as long as I'm giving it to you. And then another thing for me, and I'll be trying not to think this way, but sometimes it's accurate. Like, did nobody help me?
You become what you need.
Why you can't? I mean, we got the same 24 hours in every day.
Go pick up a second job. Go do X, Y, Z. What it is, God has given us what we need to sustain this lifestyle that he wants us to live. You got 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
How many seconds?
That's a lot.
A lot. That's a lot of seconds that you can go out. And like I said earlier, I love to work because it's something that I love to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to encourage people. Go do. Use your gift. God said he'll make room for it. We talked about that. He will make room for your gift. Your gift will make room for you. Use your gift. So yeah. Like you said, yeah.
Do you believe increase is connected to stewardship, sowing, paying tithes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Truly. Whether it's time, and that's what people fail to realize, that they feel like, oh, I ain't got no money to give. It ain't even about money. It's about showing up. My family, my friends know I'm really big on showing up. I'll be at 2 or 3 different events a day.
Wow.
Because it's important for me to show up. Not just for me. I know it's important to them. And I know for a fact that's why God just continuously blesses me.
Yeah.
Because the way that I show up for people, and it has nothing to do with money.
Yeah. Yeah. How do we know when we're mishandling what we prayed for?
God will take it. He'll remove it. He'll remove it quickly.
I mean, hit you on the back of your head with that sandal.
Listen. I'm telling you, he will take it away, and people will. And then when that's the devil. No.
No, Bookie, that was you.
That was us messing up, and now God had to show us just as quick as he ain't giving it to us, he can take it away. Yeah, truly.
Because you ain't finna play in his face.
Okay.
You
ain't the one out of two. He is not the one out of two. Okay. And I love that for us. But he teaches us. Yeah. For real.
Yeah. And he'll give it back to you when you get it right.
When you get yourself in a position. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does increase require you to give up?
Self. It ain't all about me. It is not all about me. It's the bigger good. It's truly about God, right? And wherever my platform is, I make sure people see the God in who I am. But I had to give up self. You have to be selfless. I can't be selfish of my time, because God, it's his time. It's his money. He gives me the ability to be able to get up every day to do something that I love to do, whether it's working at my 9 to 5 or doing phenomenal. It's something truly that I love to do. But I had to give up who just a part of who I am, to live in a life in abundance. And it ain't even about money.
Yeah.
Peace and love and friendship and family and all the things that comes with being increased.
Yeah.
Being increased.
And one of my biggest problems is I feel like everybody's supposed to go with me.
Oh yeah. Why we do that? Why we think that?
I don't know.
That's another mindset.
You feel so bad when they can't go. And it was like, I really wanted you to go.
Yeah.
But then it's almost like on the back end, you really didn't know how much they were holding you down.
Dead weight is truly dead weight. And dead weight is truly dead weight. Everybody can't go. The relationships that we've been a part of, the friendships that we've been a part of, like you said, you don't realize what they're doing. They're hindering. A lot of them are hindering. If you ain't adding, you subtracting, period. If you're not adding, you're subtracting, period. And I think sometimes we forget basic math.
Yeah.
When we talk about money, it's basic math. It ain't even calculus. If you're not adding, you subtracting. We ain't got to do time 2, time 5, PEMDAS, none of that. If you ain't adding, you subtract. Truly. And we have to take a look at our lives and family. We want them to go. I know me, I want my, but I'm like, but God, just like I said earlier, He had given me this vision,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't expect everybody else to operate
Yeah.
how He had given it to me. This is my vision.
Yeah.
He'll provide the people, to make sure that you
Yeah.
go where He has for you.
Yeah.
So
Nobody's gonna take care of your baby like you would take care of your baby.
nobody,
Mm-hmm. Because
nobody.
you know what it went through the birth of the baby.
Yeah. Oh, the birthing process. That and like you said, that middle part.
Yeah. The carrying process.
Listen.
I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. What financial habits do people unknowingly inherit from their family? Fear, overspending. I know that's mine. Secrecy, survival, debt, or just never planning ahead.
All of the
Yeah.
above. Truly all of the above. We see it from Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, it was, my granddaddy, but just the things that we just are not taught. But even the things that we are taught, we just, that's what they did. We just do what we saw them do. We live paycheck to paycheck. We saw them live paycheck to paycheck. We saw them go to Myrtle Beach every summer for spring break. Well, I'm gonna take my kids to Myrtle Beach. I mean, not saying anything wrong with Myrtle Beach, but we gotta get out of the mindset
Yeah.
that this is a bigger world than South Carolina.
Yeah.
If we don't change our mindset, we're gonna be stuck right here where we are. And I love Lancaster.
Yeah.
When I graduated college, I knew I was coming back home. I was college in Florence. I never had an aspiration to go to live in a big city because I can do what it is that God needs me to do right here in Lancaster. But it's so much more than Lancaster. It is so much more. It's such a big world.
Yeah.
We got to be able to change our mindset.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to go where they couldn't go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My aunt told me the other day, baby, I'm so proud of you. You always going. I am so proud of you. And I'm like, to hear that from my aunt, that meant a lot to me because it's not that she couldn't. Maybe it was because she couldn't afford, when we were younger, they couldn't afford to take us there. But now that we can afford to take our children, we do. We take our children places other than, the places that we went because we made the proper preparations. Proper preparations for presentation, right? The 5 P's.
Yeah.
You talked about this before.
Yeah.
So it's just constant. What sacrifices am I willing to make today so that way I can have a bigger tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of things they just didn't know how to do or, where to go.
Yeah.
The resources back then aren't like they are now.
Oh, no, absolutely no. Not.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were fortunate enough. We had family from New York. So we would go to New York
Yeah,
here and there. So, I thought I was top tier. If I went to New York this summer or I went to Florida, my uncle staying in Florida, I went to Florida, I thought, so thankful for those opportunities for sure.
Yeah. I remember when I moved to Charlotte and coming from Lancaster where the biggest building is the hospital.
Yeah.
I said, every building up here big. Even the McDonald's is 2 stories. And I was just like, wow.
Wow. Yeah. Because of what
Yeah. But then I realized I'm a country boy.
Oh,
I gotta come up back home.
yeah.
This is ain't it.
That's why I said I knew when I graduated from college I was coming back to home because this is home to me.
Yeah.
We're sitting in my backyard.
Literally.
It's peaceful, and I'm okay with it. You gotta call me to make sure I'm home before you come down here because you ain't driving down here. You just not showing up. And I love that. I love that. I'm not a city girl. I'm not a Charlotte. I work in Charlotte, but baby, when 5 o'clock comes, baby, I'm hitting the interstate.
Okay.
I'm
77
coming back.
me, please.
Okay. South. Okay, please. And so
Yeah. How important is money when choosing a partner?
Oh, it's very important. It's very important. You gotta have the same aspirations to want to build and to want to grow. It's very, very important.
Yeah. Is love enough if there's no financial vision, discipline, or stability? I mean, you can look. There might be a good man for them.
Listen, we gonna help each other. Let me help you. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me help you, and utilizing my platform to help my loved one. Not just my honey, but my family. Yeah. So absolutely. Yeah. You can look good and all the things, but I'm gonna need you to be able to make a little dollars or
Hey,
something.
what the account look like?
Yeah.
Man, what's your credit score?
Okay, I'm gonna need you to be. Let me help you. If it ain't where it need to be, let me help you.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
I was talking to my friend the other week, and we were talking about, people love to say, "Tell me about you." Oh, let's skip all that.
Okay.
What's your credit score? Have you been to
Please.
jail?
Okay. All the things that matter. What's in your
You got a
bank
car in your
account?
name, or you rent someone to the road? Like, come on, let's get past all this. I'd
Okay,
have been there,
because
done that.
right,
Uh-uh.
it's 2026.
Come on now.
We ain't got time to be playing it. It's time to do what we need. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Fast forward, please. Please, okay?
Should your partner already have money, or is it more important that they have discipline, ambition, vision?
Can we say all of the above? That's my favorite answer. All of the above, okay? But no, seriously, they gotta have a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you don't have money, how you gonna be able to make money? You
Yeah.
gotta have money to make
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
some kind
Yeah.
of way. So I think they gotta have some money.
Yeah, you gotta have some kind of seed.
Absolutely.
If you want something to grow. I mean, we just can't
I
walk
was
into the
about to say,
garden and say,
we just
"Let
talked
there
about
be."
reaping and sowing and all the things. I'm gonna need you to sow. Something other than your time. I'm gonna need you to be able to sow a little dime, okay?
Instead of your time, so a little dime.
A little dime, okay?
How should couples handle it when one person makes more money, has better credit, or is more financially disciplined than the other?
Communication, I think, is the biggest thing, and just it ain't about competition. It's about communication and collaboration. And I think as long as the person, the relationship understands that it ain't about competition, it's about collaboration. We can be better together. We will be better together.
Come on now.
And so understanding that, I think, is the biggest thing. But oftentimes we compete in relationships and friendships and all the things. But I think if we collaborate and we understand, like, you're better in this, you take care of that, and hey, we will,
And we can come back and
we
help
gotta
each
guard.
other.
Yeah, we got
I
to
mean, if you
guard.
good at talking, I'm good at driving. Let me drive you to places where you can talk.
Okay, listen. Let me make that.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, everybody want to gatekeep.
Why?
Because we scared we're gonna lose something.
Why? That's that child mentality. That's that back 19th century.
Yeah.
I mean, 1800 BC, all types of stuff. Like, why?
BC.
Yeah, what we doing? We gotta grow up out of that mindset of gatekeeping. Why?
Yeah.
It's so much more, because even if we were to do the same thing, my spin on what I'm doing and what God has given me could be totally different on your spin with the same ingredients.
Yeah.
We got to be able to stop gatekeeping
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
If we want to move forward.
Yeah. If you get 3 people to bake the same cake with the same ingredients, everybody's cake gonna be different.
Everybody's cake gonna be different. Baby, we selling banana pudding. King's of Pudding Palace, baby. His banana pudding does not taste like the next person, but it's the way he does his thing. It's his presentation.
Yeah.
It's what he, the time he spends, the way, the depth, the width, and all the things that he cut, the bananas and the cream and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's what's for him.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah. Starbucks ain't upset with Dunkin'.
At all.
Dunkin' ain't upset with Big Coffee and all these other places.
And all
they ain't upset. Because who go to Starbucks gonna always go to Starbucks. You gotta find what works for you.
Yeah, your niche.
Yeah.
Your niche.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How does someone build multiple streams of income without chasing everything and becoming overwhelmed?
Really, truly utilizing your gifts. I think sometimes we get so caught up in doing what the other next person is doing versus doing what it is that God has gifted us to do. And we gotta just stay in your own lane.
Yeah.
If God has given you the capacity to be able to run multiple jobs or multiple businesses, absolutely. But if He has given you one to do your one.
Yeah.
And He will make that sustainable. But we want to do so many different things, following, chasing behind the next person. What we say on social media, right?
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, the content creators, the cookers, the people selling the plates, the people bread, and the people doing all the things,
Yeah, I mean, because they make it look easy.
Yeah.
So that one day I picked up that camera. I said, I ain't gonna keep doing this every day. You gotta stop, walk over here, stop, walk back, grab the camera. I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, it's too much.
Because, I mean, that ain't for me.
Yeah.
That's their lane.
Yeah, and if we stay in our lane, God will increase our territories. But we too busy in our lane looking, trying to maneuver in this lane, looking back and seeing what this
Yeah.
person doing. No, we ain't gonna do all that.
Yeah. Or you driving too fast. Let
Oh,
me see why you going so fast.
yeah. Let the people do what the people doing.
Yeah.
Stay
You
over
grace for your lane.
I was about to say, you stay over here in your speed limit. You know, your lane. 55.
Grace over here.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you get over there, something else might happen. That's on you.
Because you did something that you ain't had no business doing.
Yeah.
That's it.
When does money stop being about survival and start being becoming about legacy, freedom, family, and impact?
The minute you can show a little bit of discipline within your spending habits.
Yeah.
It's all about spending habits. I can tell you, I can look at your bank account and your savings account and tell you right there where you went wrong at.
Food.
Okay, you know, you could just look at somebody's bank account one day. Now I won't even say 1 week, one day, and you can really see that. But yeah, they're spending habits.
That food will get you every time.
Every time, because oh my gosh,
stuff don't start looking good till you get some money. I ain't never seen this before. I'd be like, now's a good day to try.
There is
God.
Fufu egusi, what it's called?
Oh yeah.
Fufu.
I don't eat stuff I can't spell. But
Kingston, you know what? You're gonna pay for it with your money. We'll see how often you wanna try food. Fufu egusi. Okay, like you said, can't even spell it. But we'll try it.
Literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the person watching who is tired, behind on bills, embarrassed, and overwhelmed, what is the first real step you would tell them to take?
Admit that they need help.
God.
It's just admitting that you need help. I need help. I don't know what I'm doing.
God.
And for a lot of people, that's hard. The admitting that I need help. And the minute you can admit that I need help, I have no clue what I'm doing. And that's okay, because guess what? Nobody teaches us how to run a house, how to save. Nobody teaches that. You out here, you're learning. You know, you're failing and you're learning. Hopefully you're learning from your falls and all the things. But you gotta admit that you need help. That's the biggest thing. And if that's you, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We all out here life.
Yeah.
And finding somebody that's not gonna judge you based upon what you have in your bank account. Because guess what? The person, billionaires, you know, I said famous people go bankrupt. You know, you see somebody a billionaire, the next day they file bankrupt. You know, it's about managing.
Yeah, yeah. What would you tell an entrepreneur who's starting out?
Write everything down. Keep a track of what monies are coming in, what monies are going out, just so that way you can visualize. So there won't be any, I don't see my money, you know, because that's what we talked about earlier. But that's truly what it is. I don't see my money. You're right. I'm making the money. I can see I see the account said I had this coming in, but baby, right now this ain't in here. Where is the money? So just being able to truly have a true understanding of what it is you're coming in and where can you make the sacrifices? What do I not need? You know what I'm saying? You said you're an Uber driver. Like, you want to make sure your car, I'm sure, is comfortable and all the things, but maybe what can I sacrifice to be able to get to where I need to be?
Yeah, so. But you kept saying, where's the money? I kept thinking of that real, where's the money, LaShondra?
Okay, because
where is the money, LaShondra?
Where is it? Where's the money? Yeah, that'd be me. I'd be like, where is it, Uber? Where is it?
Because it's here. And I'm getting the rides, the people, because I'm driving all day. Baby, I've been driving from 8 to 5. Okay, where is the money? You know? Like,
drove so much, I need a driver. Where is it?
Oh, man, that is funny.
God, that tickled me. Wow.
So
where is it? Just show me. Show me the way.
Yeah, you got to be able to just, and it's a Microsoft Excel.
Literally.
ChatGPT.
Listen, I done upgraded. I done upgraded to the plus version.
Okay, me too. I need you
to the best $20 ever.
I need an image right now. I can't wait 18 hours. I need the image right now. I need this document right now. ChatGPT. Okay.
I done got so good. I sent voice message. I've been like, hey, chat. So this is what it is. It say I made this, but I'm not seeing it. Well, Mendarius. Okay. I'll be like, thank you, chat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Listen, Yes. And I mean, it's truly sitting down, just like you carve out time to do everything else. Carve out time to focus on your finances.
Yes.
If you want to truly be serious about your finances, you got to carve out time and you got to care for it just like your baby.
Yes.
Your finances is just like
Yes.
your baby. And if you want it to grow, just like an infant, if you wanted to become an adult, you got to
Yes.
take care of it like you would do your children.
Yes.
Take care of it like you would do your animals, you know, for the dog parents and all the
Jesus.
things. And even for the people that are not parents, your car, your house, you
Mhm.
got to take care of it. That's why I say you got to pay yourself first. You got to
Mhm.
take care of your finances.
Yeah.
Like it's truly something that you want to see become more than what it currently
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Because you're going to need two out of three things. You're going to need good credit
Yeah.
and some money. I don't care how good you look. But you can't take that to deep power.
Okay.
You're going to need some money and some credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time. So
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the deepest truth you've learned about money, God, healing, and becoming the person who can handle increase?
Read that question again. Listen, because I want to make sure I get it.
What is the deepest truth you've learned about money? What's the deepest truth you learned about God? What's the deepest truth you've learned about healing and becoming the person who can really handle increase?
The deepest truth about money is that there's always a way to make it.
Yeah.
There's always a way to make money. God has given us our gift when we were born. Like he gave us what it is that we needed to sustain in life. Healing, you know, it's just going back to that. You become what you need.
I'm gonna shirt made.
Yeah, you become what you need. And I don't even want to focus much on healing from what I didn't have because I didn't have it because we just didn't have it. But you just become what you need.
Let me stop you right there. Because when you keep saying it took me back to my childhood as to why I worked so hard now.
Yeah.
I became what I needed.
I'm telling you, when God had given me that word, I don't even want to cry.
Because I feel this little eye quivering. Because I started thinking about all the things I needed growing up. And I'm just like, if I would have just had money, I could have got this. I could have got this. And so now I find myself working so much just to make sure I never get to that place again.
Yeah.
Because I had to become what I needed.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you yeah.
Yeah.
And then the increase come, like God showed me increase after multiple losses. And I was like, wait a minute, Lord, this ain't the increase. This is like a decrease to me.
Ooh.
What we doing here? I remember when he had given me that word, I was driving to Wells Fargo. And I remember him speaking that, dropping that, just one word in my spirit. And I remember I used to just post it on Facebook, increase. And I never knew why. My mama lost 2 house fires within 18 months of each other. We started losing things. My mama, you know, and I just didn't understand. But now I see it. It's so much more than money. It's the stewardship. It's the people. It's the friendships. It's the family. It's the love. It's the peace. It's just Kingston being able to live in a life in abundance because of the relationships that I've built, the relationships that his father has built, the relationships that his people around him, you know. So it's bigger than that. And the increase is not just money. And that's what people don't understand. It's so much more than money. So much more than money.
Yeah. Increases everything.
It's peace. More, yeah, it's more than. And that's what it is that God had shown me. I'm like, it's more than anything that you can ask for. You got to just believe and trust me for who I say I am and what I said I'll give you.
Yeah.
And just understanding that alone, and not even quite understanding, but just believing it and knowing that what God says, he means it every time.
Yeah.
And we if we can just focus in on that and hone in on what the promises of God said for your life.
Yeah.
Everything else will be okay.
Yeah. And when we think of increase, we want a dramatic jump.
Oh, yeah.
But just something you couldn't do that you can now do is increase.
Yes.
I was talking to a family member who lost someone very close to them and they couldn't go to the grave.
Yeah.
She was like, I can't do it ever. And now she's going. And I said,
increase.
You're doing something you never thought you'd do.
Yeah, that's increase.
I said, step by step.
Yeah.
Day by day.
Every second counts. And that's just it. That was an awesome word. And that's a small testimony. It doesn't have to be related to or correlated to money. It could be something more than what you did the day prior. Yeah.
Wow. You become what you need.
Listen, you become what you need.
Ooh. Do you believe people tie their self-worth to money?
Absolutely. They do. And it's sad. Because money ain't everything. Famous people go bankrupt. You know? I want to be happy. I want to have joy. I want to be living in, abundant life where I can come out here and sit and this is peace to me. You know, this is increase to me. Being able to sit on my deck and have a conversation with you about my life. This is peace. This is increase. This is increase. This is the increase that people don't see. They think it's all tied to money. That's the first mistake. Yep.
Yeah. How do you separate who you are from what you have?
Being genuine. Being genuine and being authentic. And we talked a little bit about that earlier before we started recording about getting ready for this podcast and I could have easily ChatGPT help me answer some of this stuff that I know he probably is going to ask me but I wanted this to be authentic and to be real for sure.
Yeah. I've enjoyed this conversation today.
It has been amazing. It has really, sometimes you don't know what you need until you speak.
Oh, you finna do it to me. I literally was about to say the same thing. You don't know how much I needed this. Oh, it just reassures me that I'm on the right path.
That's what it's about. We all need that reassurance. We all think, I'm not where I need to be, or God, we question ourselves. God, am I where I need to be? Am I doing what it is? But what He does is He just continues to just put the right people in our lives to help us redirect our paths where we need to be. Just reassures us that we're good. We're okay.
At the right time too.
At the right time.
Because this is supposed to happen last year, but it had to happen now. Right. And I'm so glad it happened now.
Listen.
Yeah.
I was so grateful. I was telling Steven, I was like, honey, he was like, I said, but I don't know why he wanted to reach out. I said, but I'm super grateful that Mandarius saw something in me that he wanted to reach out to ask me. And he said, what are you doing to prepare yourself? I said, I'm going to be authentic and I'm going to pray and ask God to lead me and do what He does for whatever the people need. I said, but this was supposed to happen last year.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, we just couldn't. The timing wasn't right, the production team and, my schedule, your schedule, all the things. But look at where you are now. God is allowing you to be a one-man show.
Literally.
He is going to make room for you because of your gift and because of your sacrifices and your willingness to be able to maneuver. It was 3 different days I had to say, hey, Mandarius, I need to do X, Y, Z. But just your willingness, your professionalism. Not one time did you say, no, Toy, that's not going to work, or no, I can't do X, Y, Z. You were willing to be flexible.
Yeah.
And I pray that God just continues to just open up in your life, open up doors and all the things. And I follow you, and I'm just super excited to see where Fun and Faith podcast goes.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Faith and Fun family. This has been good.
Yeah.
I hope that you've been taking notes. You've probably been crying. All things increase. We going up.
Yeah.
So until we meet again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with someone who you want to see increase financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. We're going up.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Mandarius, I see what you doing. That podcast, that's gonna be big. That's it. I seen it last night. Don't you let nobody discourage. I'll back you. I'll back